Live on YouTube right now.
It's preparing. Okay, we are live on YouTube. So probably what will happen is people will have to either they catch up with us live right now, or okay. All right.
I'm here.
Yeah, we on there.
Okay, wait a second. Is anybody watching this on YouTube?
Yeah, I just turned it on. We're on there.
Okay, I need you to turn the volume down.
I don't have it up. I'm out of there. We're good. We're live.
Trying to get a little light on it, on the situation.
Okay, now let's see if everybody is off of. Okay, I'm still getting a
I'm on
YouTube.
Can you hear me here? Who had that, Phil? Phil.
No, I just took it out there lane.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we hear everybody. If anybody is watching on YouTube, turn your volume down or off. Okay, I think we're good. Daryl, we're good. Okay, I still am hearing echo, guys.
My phone's not on.
Okay, is Jamal watching it on YouTube?
It says live on YouTube, but I'm still on the Zoom.
Okay, but are you listening to YouTube?
No, not at all.
Okay, because we're getting the echo from YouTube. We're getting some.
Stu, are you listening?
I got that, but we're
I couldn't find it.
okay. Okay, my fault, guys. It's probably my Zoom. Okay.
Who's that?
All right. So we'll officially start this, and I'll edit out all that other drama at the beginning. Talk to me, Cleveland. This is Chill Talk live, ChillVision television, and of course, we're back on YouTube live, so y'all might as well get used to this going to my YouTube channel. So I have a few things I need to take care of, and if the people who are on could put their Jamal and Daryl for right now put themselves on mute, we will be fine. All right, you guys, a good job. All right, first of all, as usual, I have to remind everyone that if you need a free roof inspection, you can check out my man Iman at imanroofing.com. Tell him you're down with Chill Talk. Jamal, the light needs to be behind your light source, not behind you, but behind your computer or phone or whatever it is. And that'll shine the light on you. All right. Check out imanroofing.com. imanroofing.com. Hit them up for a free roof estimate. Give them a call, 216-678-9445. Also, support my brothers from the Kofi Pi Psi Research Team. They have the new book out, Volume 2, From Spears to Pens. We will make sure you get all that information, but you see the book right here. We want you guys to take advantage of this brand new release. All right, let me get my guys in here. Let me get everybody just bear with me while I track what's going on YouTube, and we will get this cracking. Just a second. My channel. All right. Now, what we're doing right now, this is an interview that I've been really, really looking forward to. So much so that I went and got my brother, Daryl Shake and Bake Sellers, to help me out. I might need some backup talking to Jamal. All right, Daryl, you can go ahead and unmute. Everybody can unmute right now. You know, Daryl and I talked about this interview, and I've been posting about it, and Daryl has been making some posts about it, and we look forward to this. And as I said in my post, I love to talk about martial arts. I rarely get a chance to do it on Chill Talk, but the people who know me and that are around me know that I'm a lifelong martial artist, a diehard martial artist, and I love to talk about martial arts. And Daryl and I was talking, and you know, Daryl, we've known Jamal all of our adult life.
Yep.
All right.
And the majority of our teenage life.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've known Jamal since we were like 15 years old. And
you guys are pretty young.
And I'll tell you this, you know, and I talked to Jamal earlier, although we were definitely at competing schools, not just competing schools, but adversarial schools, because I would say competing schools, it was a lot of schools that competed with us.
Right.
Yeah.
But, you know, we look forward to competing against Jamal and his students, as well as I know they did us. And so we got a chance to see him, to be around him, to see him as a coach, as a trainer. And Daryl and I talked about, you know, the respect that we have for you. Just, you know, seeing how you've carried yourself, how you as an instructor have done your thing. And Daryl, what I mean, you know, we when we talk about Sabanim Jamal Oden, it's nothing but respect for the years that we've known him, and for the competitor, the trainer, the champions that he has coached. And I can't think of any other school's instructor that I would rather be interviewing right now.
Daryl, that sounds good, man.
What do you think about that?
You taught our laws a little bit.
What do you think about that, Daryl?
When you think about it, and the time that we were coming up as teens, it kept us busy. It kept us out of trouble. And when Jamal came on the scene, I mean, he just came from nowhere, and the development of the teens that he took them from one point to excel on the scene. It was like crazy, and we were like, where these guys come from? I mean, like you said, it was a lot of competing schools in there, but not competing on the same level, and that's the difference. And I always appreciate Jamal, because what he's done in the Lee Harvard area and the surrounding area with the youth and developing them, it was phenomenal. Because, you know, our school, their schools, and there were other schools around, but to take kids and youth from the hood to the national and international stage, that was phenomenal.
Okay, now before we let Jamal talk, I need to back up for the people who are going to be watching to even know who they're talking to. They know me.
Yeah.
But my brother over there talking, Daryl Shake and Bake Sullins, my lifelong friend, my brother. We were raised together in martial arts as teammates, students together. We've won national championships. We've been inducted into the United States Karate Association Hall of Fame together.
Come on now.
So Daryl Shake and Bake Sullins. Also, Daryl is a member of the Pan American team that won a gold medal. Where was that, in Curacao?
Yeah, Curacao.
Okay, so
off the coast of Venezuela.
I just want the people to know, you know, both Daryl and I are 6th degree black belts, and we've been studying martial arts since we were kids. Okay, that's who you're talking to. All right, now the man who this show is about, again, one of the most dynamic brothers, like I said, as an instructor, a coach that I had seen. And when Daryl said, Jamal, that you came out of nowhere to us, you literally did. Once, all of a sudden, I saw you show up at Cleveland Academy, and the next thing you know, you were gone with half the students and made the students 10 times better than they were at Cleveland Academy. I'm like, well, who is this guy? Where'd he come from? But I want to introduce to my audience on Chill Talk Live, ChillVision TV, Grandmaster Sabanim Jamal Oden. How are you doing, sir?
All right, folks, I'm doing great. Thanks, Kevin. I love them accolades, man. I appreciate that. But you know what kind of caught me was when you said the word compete. Man, it wasn't a competition. It was real wars we had. You know, we'd go back home. We couldn't wait. We'd go from the hospital to the studio and back to the floor to fight again, you know. That's what real wars. I think that had a big part of making us great, man. No doubt.
Well, for sure. You know, the saying is steel sharpens steel. So,
that's right.
You know, just to be able to, you know, because we spent all of our time, most of our time, you know, fighting each other in our dojo. Me and Daryl and Gino and Keith, we just fighting each other. But man, we got a chance to compete against your school. Man, you had some tough cats, and we'll talk about it. But you know, Tony Lewis, Doug Crowder, Nate, man, you had women that you sent to the Olympics.
Yes.
Man, you did. I have to congratulate you. You did a good job. But let's start all over. Introduce yourself to my audience.
Okay, my name is Sabanim S. Jamal Oden, Grandmaster. You know, we hear that term tossed around a lot as far as rank and things like that. I might be the top dog. I don't know. But, you know, they say we did pretty well. I've been doing this martial arts thing for as long as I can remember, actually teaching every day on the floor for the past 55 years. It's a passion, a tremendous passion. I got my world champion right here with me, Doug Crowder, just sitting with me, my coach over here, Coach Huey. You know, we're just excited, man, to have an opportunity to talk to y'all about our Taekwondo. And we say, while I have the floor, we say Taekwondo all the time, but in essence, I'm just an old school karateka, man. With my first system being Goju-Ryu Karate. Our roots are in Akron, Ohio at Keno's Judo and Karate School, which was the first incorporated martial arts school in the state of Ohio under the direction of Grandmaster Eugene Shai and Sensei Miles Lampkin. Eugene Shai doing the judo and Miles Lampkin being my teacher when I was still a teen in the Goju-Ryu system. So those were my humble beginnings in Akron, Ohio. You know, we talking about in the 60s though. How many of y'all know anything about the 60s?
I was born in 61.
We know a little bit about the 60s, Jamal. Okay, now and I was telling Daryl earlier that I thought that you had Akron roots, but you know, you came in like a myth. You were like a mythical character. People didn't know where you came from. It was rumors that you would come from California somewhere.
Well, you know what happened, Chill? Actually, I came from the South, from North Carolina, because I had left Akron as a young man. When the Bruce Lee craze hit and everything in the early 70s, I was already teaching. I already had my studio in Oxford, North Carolina at that time. I was probably about 22 years old when I opened up my first studio in 1972. You know, I spent a lot of time with some different systems then, but we lived in the country. You know, we used to have class out in the cow pasture, man. Go out there and pick up all the cow chips. You know what cow chips are anyway. You know that big, that thing you see the cows drop all the time. Once it dry up, you just pick it up and throw it out the way, you know. So that's where it started. But, you know, I was always really raw. We never had a lot of people at Keno's. I think the key to my success, honestly, fellas, is, you know, I got this bald head when I was 8 years old. And, you know, bald head in the 50s, man, I had to fight every day, man. To keep folks from slapping my head. And one summer, I just grew a little bigger. And it was on. I decided wasn't nobody slapping my head anymore, and I had to live up to that mouth that I had. So Vietnam War taking place, the guys coming home, telling the young men that if you don't learn to fight, they're gonna kill you, in the early 60s and later 60s. And so we all did some hand-to-hand combat. But somewhere along the road, I got pretty good, fellas. I was always a great teacher. They teased me as a young man, said I was the leader of the little kids. My buddies, when they wanted to go do wrong, I was always somewhere with some kids. So I picked up that title. And it's always been about the kids for me, man. But when I left North Carolina and came to Ohio, are you with me?
Oh, we're here. We're listening.
Because I'm telling the story now. Let me tell it.
Do your thing. You know, can nobody stop you anyway?
Let me give it to you raw. I had a young man, Tony Clark. He's passed away now. You all know Tony. He was a good competitor in the karate circle.
Sure do.
Tony came to me and told me that I had come up from North Carolina. I was so raw, man. It was just unbelievable. But he told me it was a tournament taking place in Cleveland where if you won this event, you could go. Am I still there?
Yep.
No. We hear him, but we don't see him.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's because my phone is probably cooling down or something, but it'll come back. Let me see what's going on. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We just can't see you.
I'm a kid. I didn't do anything, babe. It just froze up.
Get them together, Debbie. Get them to push. There we go. Push the button.
Hold on. Go back.
So it is frozen, but.
Yeah.
It is frozen, but I'm there.
You got your producer. There you
I'm
go.
back.
Okay.
I'm back. Let me tell the story. So I come, Tony told me about a competition taking place. So when I came to Cleveland, I was at Cleveland Academy on Lee Road, 2175, 65 Lee Road. You remember it?
In Cleveland Heights, of course.
Cleveland Heights, down in the basement. Man, they had me fighting these. Now I'm 1977, 76. I'm about 26, 27 years old. I'm fighting all these little kids, little bitty black belts. 10 years old, Danny Wagner was there, who was a famous black belt. He fought Muhammad Ali when he was 6 years old, was in Ebony magazine. I saw that when I was in North Carolina.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm on the floor with these same little kids. And I turned every time when, Cleveland Academy had that L shape, that kind of 45-degree angle school.
Right, it went around the corner.
Went around the corner. So I turned the corner, I ran into Tony Lewis, man. He didn't weigh about 105 pounds, but he was firing kicks at me like crazy. So, I made that team because I was a tough guy. So I went to California. I never saw him again until we got on the bus to go to California. But Tony became my friend, man, my confidant. I love him like a son, man. He was just everything. Tony made the team that year. I lost to James Kirby, man. I'd never fought like that in my life. We was playing karate. That was a game of tag where you scored points. And Taekwondo, we had to, can you still hear me?
We hear you.
My camera come back on in a minute. We had to fight 3 rounds continuous fighting. So I did that. When I came back, I was going to stay in California, but Tony talked to me about coming back. I came back, man. All the way to Cleveland. He talked to me about a young lady, a friend of his, and I met her. That's my wife today, Deborah. You know her? Can you hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
That's my wife today. Today. Right now. And that's how it all started. Tony, I picked up Tony in the morning, took him to school, picked him up when he got out of school. I had him with me every single day. He brought me Doug, my champion. Tony became a tremendous warrior. He was like my son, man. I just, all I wanted to do was just drill him every single day. Everything that I knew, I wanted to share it with him. As he grew, I grew, and his awesome kicking ability developed beyond our wildest imagination. You know what kind of kicker he was. Am I telling the truth?
Oh, yeah.
And I want to, me and Daryl want to talk about the great job you did with Tony Lewis, but I really want to be able to see you when we're gonna work on
it. I'm coming back.
I can say this though, you made Tony a man.
Well, Daryl and I were talking, and Tony was good. There we go.
Yeah.
Tony Lewis was good at Cleveland Academy. He always had good kicks, excellent kicker. But one thing that was undeniably noticeable is that when he started training with you as his instructor, he became a tough. He was always a good competitor,
Right.
but he became a great competitor. And the
Great
toughness, whatever you imparted in Tony Lewis, we saw an incredible transformation to one of the toughest cats that was out on the scene.
Exactly.
And I mean, I don't think Tony would mind us saying that he wasn't that tough at the other school. He was good.
Yeah, with the long hair, wearing a headband.
Long hair. No, he wasn't. He wasn't that tough. Let me tell you how it happened.
Break it down.
Man, I was a true karateka. When it came to martial arts or anything like that, man, I had the real training. Kyokushinkai, Oyama Karate. I had it. It was in me like my blood, man. It was just so much a part of me. I'd wake up in the middle of the night to practice. It was just every single day, all the time. I just kept Tony with me, man, 24/7, kept him working. And let me tell you what I had for Tony is I had Doug Crowder. You see, you can't create no athlete without having somebody for him to work with. And Doug was a little bit younger than Tony, but he was much bigger than Tony, stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And we used Doug basically as a punching bag. Doug was the best uke I ever had, man. And guys would leave my studio because they didn't want to be my uke, the one that I was practicing on. Doug was the best. When Doug got his black belt, I had him fight 25 men. We was down there over at Squaw Rock, down by the river. Folks was crying, begging me to stop it. Said I was about to kill him. He was muddy, bleeding. The last 7 or 8 guys that he fought in that 25 Kumite match, he knocked out cold. This is the kind of competitor he was. And that's what made Tony great. And there's nobody can ever tell you anything different from that. The fact that he had Doug to work with every day in the studio, to kick in the head, to develop that technique, that's how it happened for Tony.
Well, and we go get back to your students but I wanted to bring Tony up because that was like the first one we saw of your prowess as an instructor. And certainly, please, you don't have to tell me the type of competitor that Doug Crowder is. Man, me and Doug had battles. Me and Doug, man, I fought Doug going all the way up the rank. Me and Doug started fighting in green belt division.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So no, and man, I saw Doug even later as he continued, and I'm like, man, I'm sure glad I'm out of this game now. Man, Doug is beating people down. Mm-hmm. But we are talking. I want to talk to Doug, but So, but going back some, because you started talking about you were in Japanese styles, and you mentioned Goju-Ryu, one of the optimum hard karateka styles.
That's right.
And so where does the Taekwondo come in with all of those hard traditional karate styles? Where did the Taekwondo come in at?
The Taekwondo was a decision that I made. The Taekwondo was going to become an Olympic sport. My phone is going to go off for a minute, but I'll come back. But you can still hear me, right?
Yep.
So when in '77, while we were on the elevator, I got on the elevator and some Korean gentlemen got on there. It was actually Kyungwon An and Hong Kong Kim, Junpei Che, Dong Jung-young, who was the president at that time, or either Ken Min might have been the president out of California. But they talked to me about where Taekwondo was going as a demonstration sport in 1984, an official Olympic sport in 1988, and that my kids, these Black kids, would have an opportunity to go to the Olympics if I switched from karate and came with Taekwondo. So I made that decision.
Okay.
But you know they were BSing me, man, because they weren't gonna let us win. They just wanted us to come and bring my fighters and pay that entry fee, and they was getting that money. And they was beating us. We would whip butt but never get the medal. We'd never get the gold. So I understood the politics that we were playing. And so I played the game along with them. I switched up with my wife telling me to sit up, do this, do that.
you good. Long if we could just keep you on the screen.
Man, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's my phone. She needs to switch to her phone. Because she has no, it goes off, babe. Let me talk.
Yeah, but you know what? If she wants to, because if you give her the link, and then we use that phone, if it's gonna be better.
Yeah, use your iPad, and you got the link already. Just go to the link and see what you can do. But here I'm on now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Look, it's because Taekwondo was going to be an Olympic sport. I made that switch, and we disappeared from the karate circuit. You never saw us again, unless you ran into me on the streets or you read about us in the newspaper, because we just left karate alone completely. And it's all the same thing. I don't care whether it's Goju-ryu or Shito-ryu or Shin-ryu or side kick is a side kick. You know, reverse punch, reverse punch. Nothing really matters except winning in that type of sport. So that's what happened. That's how I got to the Taekwondo, man. I'm on Zoom right now or link. Some people can hear me when I say this, but I never really studied any Taekwondo. I never had a Taekwondo instructor.
Wow. Even when you were at Cleveland Academy, you just showed up beating people down at it because that was the style at Cleveland Academy. They taught Taekwondo.
I just showed up, man. That's all.
Daryl, we done learned something new here.
That's new. That's a nugget.
Yeah,
I can tell you, in '81 at the Pan Am Games, the Taekwondo team was there, and they were talking about the Olympics coming. I watched the Taekwondo team fight at the Pan Am Games. At the World Games. I'm sorry, at the World Games.
At the World Games, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, I watched.
You know what? When Daryl, when he's talking about that he was at the Nationals, talking to the Taekwondo masters about the Olympics.
Messenger.
I believe we were there with him.
Yeah.
This was in Washington, D.C., Jamal.
That's right.
We were there. We were there with you.
At Howard University.
At Howard University.
That's right.
You know how I remember we were there?
No, tell me.
Because you chased me.
That's right.
Through the hotel trying to beat me down because of some teenage shenanigans that I had going on. I wasn't by myself. And you came out of your room. And Jamal, you quick too, bro. And you had stamina.
I was still kind of young then.
You chased me down the hallway. I hit the stairwell. Man, I went down like 19 floors of steps, and you were still behind me. I'm like, good grief.
You told me that story. Well, you know, I had a lot of young girls with me up there, so we didn't want you to.
See, that was the issue that we was having. And you chased us out of there, but you caught me. I thought I faked you out. You caught me. I ducked out the stairwell, got to the elevator, came out the elevator, and you were standing in front of the elevator. Grabbed me up by the collar and took me to Kim Ferguson's. I was like, you know what? I'm glad he's taking me to Ferguson's because I thought Jamal was gonna beat me down. He was mad, he was bald head, he was sweating. I'm like, I done pissed him off. So that was in Washington, D.C. So we were there. We were there with you.
Chill, she gave me another unit here. She's trying to get in on.
Okay, I see it. I'm gonna let that one in.
Yeah, let that in. All right, it's coming up.
Yep. And then when it comes up, you can switch out with the one that you have. It's connected to audio. I can actually see it coming. All right, the other one is on. Did she give that one to you?
Okay, take that out.
Okay. Turn the other one off.
Oh
Okay, but there's still some sound, some echo probably coming from where you're listening to it at, or the other. Okay, now I don't know about how the sound's gonna work.
You got to turn your mic on.
How's that?
There you go.
It's excellent. And on the other one, I can close that one on my own over
Yeah,
here.
you close that out.
Okay, because once I do that, you can't come back in on that one. Okay, this is it. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, you see my warrior behind me, right?
I see Doug trying to scare me. Doug trying to scare me back there.
What's going on, fellas?
That's my man
I
right
always
there.
gotta have a warrior with me, no matter.
Hey, that brother's, you got a good one.
Hey,
You have a great one.
What's going on, fellas?
looking like Hoji Manchu.
Hey, Daryl, I'm trying to get there with Doug like that.
I see.
But
I see it. It's coming, buddy.
it's coming.
Yeah. I'm not letting mine grow that long.
But Daryl, but Jamal, that is amazing to find out that you just made a conscious effort to get your kids, your students involved in the Olympics. So you just switched to Taekwondo for an opportunity is basically what you're telling me.
Absolutely, for an opportunity. And let me tell you, while we just hitting on that Olympic thing, in '88, now we were the only American. I'm talking about white, black, doesn't matter. I'm the only American to have anybody on that Olympic team. Every other student was trained by the Koreans or somebody else, basically the Koreans.
Mm-hmm.
My champions come from Kinsman and 123rd or 104th, 105th and Union. All my champions come straight out of the hood.
Mm-hmm.
It was a decision that we made in order to give them this opportunity, and we had to jump through some hoops, man, to make it happen. We whipped a lot of butt.
Yeah.
I'm talking about we fought and would destroy the opponent and watch his hand be raised up for at least 4 years straight in a row. But so with that being said, they were still blocking us, even though we had switched up. So what we did then, we started doing business and letting my athletes represent Hong Kong Kim. Hong Kong Kim was a Korean in Cincinnati, big time Korean that really didn't have. Master Kim was a great man. I love him. A tremendous friend to me. But Dong Jung Young out of DC, where you was at that event in 1978 at Howard University.
Yep.
He called me and asked me to go with Hong Kong Kim because Grandmaster Hong Kong Kim had no fighters. He had Tommy Marshall, but Tommy Marshall was a formed competitor. He couldn't win in the ring. So when I made that switch to Hong Kong Kim, we started winning. We always won states, but we started winning the nationals. We started making it to the team trials where they would decide who would go to the games. And once we got in the trials, it was over. Now, in 1985, they had the World Championships in Seoul, Korea. And I don't know how old Doug was in 1985. I know he had a Jerry curl. That's all I know. They say he was slinging Jerry curl juice all over the floor.
He made him slip on the Jerry curl juice.
But let me tell you, back then we didn't have any headgear. You could only put a piece of tape around your hand.
Right,
you couldn't
right.
You couldn't do it. It was war. It was war. When I went to Doug fought in '85, came home with the silver medal or bronze medal, only American to win that time. But when I went to Korea in '89, after Kim was on the Olympic team, they were still talking about Doug Crowder in Korea.
Okay, but hold on. Let me stop you right there because I don't want the importance of what you're talking about to pass us by. You made a conscious effort to switch styles to give your students an opportunity to be national and international champions.
That's
I mean,
right.
It's a great idea, but in this circumstance, it worked. Like,
That's right.
you did what you said. You made it true. You made it happen.
That's no negations.
Man, oh my
No
goodness.
negation.
That
right.
is an incredible feat for a black man, first of all.
Come on, man.
Dealing with those Koreans. The other thing, in a sport that they dominate and rule.
Yeah.
That's right.
And call all the shots.
That's right.
Probably even more so than the Japanese Karate Federation and karate.
They called all the shots. They ran Taekwondo on a universal level all over the world. They were everything. But this is how important that move was. Hong Kong Kim was the certification chairman for all the Taekwondo referees. So he used my mouth, my big voice, my aggressive attitude.
And we're going to get to that as well.
But that's how it happened, man. That's how it happened. And you know, man, I love him. I made him great. He has the stature of saying he had the Olympian, he had the world champion and Doug and the Olympian and Kim Dotson. And we didn't mind the fact that they said Hong Kong Kim was the coach. Because we knew who the real coach was.
They knew that you were the real coach.
That's right. That's right.
But Jamal,
you know what?
I'm gonna let Daryl. I'm gonna give you a second. But again,
Okay.
I want to commend you for changing styles in that late in the game for a specific purpose and to actually achieve that goal. To get, because let me tell you, when I saw Kim in the Olympics, when I saw her walking with the Olympic team, I was like,
sir.
oh my God, there's Kim Dotson. That's crazy. She's in the Olympics. So I was proud for you. I was proud for her. I was proud for us as just a martial arts community.
Yes, sir.
From where we come from.
That's right. That's right.
Go ahead, Daryl.
And that's what I was going to say. The significance of that and what most people don't realize is coming from the area in which we came from. Now, you're talking two schools in the same area, one in Taekwondo, another in karate, taking kids from the hood to the national stage, to the international stage, and not just taking them, putting them on the podium, which is phenomenal.
Only two schools to do it. Master Ferguson and I are the only people that ever did it. Nobody else did it. Now, there's a lot of great karatekas and great taekwondoas, but nobody has done for the students what we've achieved.
Nobody.
And for the people that are listening who aren't familiar with the people, we're not talking about Ken Ferguson, Grandmaster Ken Ferguson, who was Daryl and I instructor.
That's
and
right.
For us, for Jamal's school, Simon and Jamal, Ken Ferguson, to be teaching kids in the same general area.
Half a mile apart, half a mile.
Within walking distance.
Could throw a rock and hit the studio.
That's right. For both of you all to teach those students, those kids from the east side of Cleveland and take them to the highest heights of martial arts. The best, not just in Cleveland, the best competitors on the planet.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What the two of you did, and no matter what issues or adversarial feelings we might have had with you guys back then, man, it nothing but respect to see that what you all have done. And like I said, when I saw that Doug was competing and being a national and beating down international people, I'm like, that's my man right there. I'm like, because man, me and Doug used to go at it at tournaments.
That's right.
And to see him, continue, and because after a while, I got my MC Chill on. I was rapping.
Yeah.
Right.
But to see where Doug was going and how tough he was, man, I saw Doug at a little while later. I think the first time I had seen him after a long time, after the days of him and I competing, I saw him fighting at the OJK. It was the later version of the OJK. LJK. Whenever they moved, and Doug was fighting me as black belt. Man, he was beating them cats down. I'm like, man.
Tremendous warrior, man. Tremendous warrior. He paved the way for us to make it. You know, it was a. He wasn't. Vicky Swafford was the first international champion we had in 1970.
Vicky.
Our girl Vicky.
Vicky, it's Vicky McElroy now, but Vicky was the first one to go over in '78. We had to pay the way. You know, later on when Doug went, they paid for everything. But for Vicky to go, I had to raise the money. Actually, I had her mama borrow the money for her daughter to go, and I agreed to pay it back. I gave her all the money back.
Okay, now let me ask you this, Jamal, because Daryl and I, we talk to each other all the time, and we know what martial arts has done for us. I mean, even if people don't know it, even if they don't know that we're martial artists, but the things that we do and how we carry ourselves and our mindset, it's always there from a martial artist perspective.
That's right.
What is your feelings about what these arts, what the fighting arts, what the strategy, how does that cross over into everyday life for you, for your students? What are the philosophies of discipline and strategy and competition? Where do you think that takes you from your perspective?
Man, that's a great question. Thank you, because that's everything for my studio. My first school in Oxford at age 22 was named Oden School of Karate and Self-Development. That's what was up in the air in lights now, 1972. So it was the self-development aspect for me. To this day, we have a standing rule. When my students come in, they go to their square and sit down and get their meditation in. Now, they can't do it like Doug, and I had them doing it because I'd have them sit on their feet for an hour and then have them jump up. So it was a lot of strict training, but the meditation, the discipline, the biggest thing when I look at people today that want to study karate or taekwondo or anything else, they got to be able to say yes, sir, out of their mouth. If you can say yes, sir, when we're talking to you, then we know that you're paying attention and you understand. If you show us the discipline and the respect for yourself first. That's where it starts. You know, if you build that respect for yourself, then you're going to respect other people automatically. But for my students, it's about self-development, man, across the board. I know that's what the parent wants for their kids. I know they want them to have confidence and be able to take care of themselves, but fighting isn't that important. That's the least of my concern. If you're a competitor, I'm gonna make you a great fighter. But if you're my student, I'm gonna make you a great person. So that's the way we look at it.
Okay.
And I don't try to make every student a fighter. Everybody isn't gonna be a fighter, but everybody can be a great person. Everybody can achieve. Everybody can learn to love themselves, respect their parents, move when their parents first speak to them instead of being a little smart mouth and things like that. So when you give me your child, you're asking me to help you parent your child. That's my job, to make your child a better child for you, your own personal children, to make them respect you more. And kids don't just learn respect because the mama and daddy say, respect me, do what I say do. That don't mean the kids don't do it. The kid has to want to do it. If they don't want to do it, it's not really being done just because you say do it. If you say clean up my room and I just go up there and I'm throwing stuff around and just moving clothes around, that's not cleaning the room. When I have real respect, I'll clean my room to satisfy myself first. And when I'm satisfied, then I know mom and daddy will be satisfied. So it's a tough situation, but respect first, man.
Okay, go ahead, Daryl.
Like Kevin mentioned earlier, that iron sharpen iron, and what you were doing with your students and at your school and what we were doing, that kept us sharp. And not only that, is that we had a mindset that we know at the time we were competing, us in the early 70s, and you went back to the 60s, there's times we were victims, but we didn't have a victim mentality. And that's what it's done for us. The stuff that you're doing for your students, for the kids, that's the premise that our business is built off of. And yeah, you may be a victim, but you don't have to have the victim mindset.
And I think we changed the image of Black people. I think with the Koreans and the white people that really dominated Taekwondo, I think we changed the image of black people because I had 50, 60, 70, 80 black kids walk into some of these tournaments. And I know folks were shaking in their boots when they saw us come in. But soon we became friends with all of these people. And although we would win, we wouldn't hurt them. We really took it. And you know, I'm about you throwing a real kick, not you know, we gonna punch you for real. I want you to, you know, I tell Doug wasn't allowed to think in the ring. He had to have my mind. I put my belt on him. He couldn't. I'll take his belt off and put on my belt. You know, fight with my belt. I want you to let me do the thinking. All you do is come out there, man. But when we went in there, went to these Korean tournaments and stuff, we was really nice and we was humble. We whipped butt, but we was humble about it.
Okay.
And let me tell you something else while we're on this competition thing, and you get back, you go anywhere you want to go. Let me tell you about a competitor that they had in Taekwondo. Every now and then it would come up, somebody would be a fighter that they couldn't cheat him. And the Koreans wanted to cheat you. I know they might be listening, and but they would cheat you, man. They would cheat you like it didn't matter. They had a guy named Johnny Lee. Johnny Lee probably still in prison right now. Couldn't nobody beat him. He was a holy terror, man. When I think he later on he got in trouble. I won't talk about it too much, but they could not stop this guy, man. No matter what. I brought Doug Crowder to the event in Connecticut, and when they fixed the pairing so that Doug would fight Johnny Lee. But I knew Doug had something that nobody had ever seen before, man, and he could move around that ring like Muhammad Ali, in and out. Man, he was running from this boy, and every time Johnny would attack him, Doug would stick him and run some more. It's the greatest match I ever seen in my life to this day. I've never seen anything like it. Watching Doug defeat Johnny Lee. And that same year, he defeated Herb Perez, who became the Ninja Turtle or something. What did he do?
Okay, something like that. I remember that.
Yeah, he became famous. Clay Barber and all them guys. Clay Barber did a Black Panther, and of course Dana He. She did all the. Anytime you see a woman in movies doing martial arts, it was all the people from that era. They didn't give us that. They didn't give us the movies.
Right.
But we did get some glory.
Okay, now I'm gonna bring Doug in here because I want to talk to Doug, and I'm gonna bring your son in to talk some about you as an instructor. But before we do that, Jamal, tell everybody that's watching right now, for the people that are watching as we play this over again, where are you at right now? Tell us about your brand new facility. Daryl had a chance to go there. You wouldn't invite me there, but you let Daryl come to your new facility. That's all right.
No, I popped up.
Oh, he didn't invite you. You just showed up.
I showed up.
And we run into Daryl wherever we go. We run into Daryl. He's somewhere supervising the gas crew or going over to Porky Pig to get some swine or something.
Daryl, you over there eating that porky, man? Come on, anyway. Now you tell it on Daryl, but
yeah, well that's all right. That's all right. I was there too, so.
Tell us about the new location and tell us about the big weekend that you have coming up.
Man, we got a beautiful studio here on Miles Road, 16400 Miles, right behind that car wash. It's a beautiful building. I'm gonna have Coach Huey walk through and let you take a look at it. But we got we built a family fitness center. We got a fitness center for the parents of all my students. You get that free of charge. If your kid is enrolled in my studio, you can have my gym free of charge. Make it more affordable. It's a family center. Then I have personal trainers here that you can come in and they'll get you in shape. These guys are phenomenal. My manager of the facility is Darnell Whedon. Whedon Strong is his business. His partner is Charles Quinn. They call him your body coach. These are two tremendous young brothers, man, that's making new lives for people. One of the things that they like to say is invest in yourself, invest in your health. They're doing some great work. But we're here with our Taekwondo. We're building the Taekwondo team again. I have Coach Huey here. His son, Cameron, is my champion. You know, Coach Huey met his wife in my studio on Lee Road. back in, when was that, Coach? How long you been married? We done put together some babies and some families here. Cameron and London. London is my team leader today. That's his granddaughter. But he met Mia in the school. They got married and then made a bunch of babies. I got Master Crowder here and his son, Dylan. He just like a young Doug. Man, wait till you see him. I can't wait to unleash him on the world. But we put together a tremendous opportunity for people to come again and learn Taekwondo and again, go to some of them international games, man. I want to see it happen. We want a new champion. But not just that, Master Crowder's putting together a performance team, which is just amazing. Him and Coach Huey, all they want me to do is just get out way, man. Let them run the studio. I'm trying to get a little something in there every now and then, but they're the instructors. They're doing a tremendous job. So here, let's Stu, grab this here, man, and follow me. Let me show you the studio before you bring my son in, and I'm gonna get out the way.
Okay.
I'm walking with it.
All right, we get a chance to see the studio.
It is a great place.
So go on and walk around, Coach. Go on and walk. You can talk.
We got the Cybex machine here.
Come on, let's bring it down there. Can you see me, Chill?
I see you. Man, this looks great.
You see we got a night. Yeah, just put the pan down here. Look. So this is our trainer's room. Come on out, Stu. Come on out. So, okay, that's good right there. So you can see it's a beautiful facility that we have here. You know, a good opportunity for the kids to come and the parents can come. Everybody has a great time here, man, at Progressive Taekwondo and Family Fitness Center. That's what you want to understand. And it's affordable, man. We make it happen for everybody. We'll figure out a way to get you in here. Come on, let's go back. Let's go back and set up, and he's going to talk to Doug a little bit. Doug, you and Salim got it. Oh,
Okay, but before we talk to Doug, and before we talk to your son, you got to get Jamal back, because me and Daryl got one thing to talk to him
They
about.
got one more question to ask.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I got to look at you when I talk to you about this. What we want to know is, we know that as a martial arts instructor, you were a bad dude. As a martial artist, you were a bad dude.
Yes,
but
sir.
What we want to know is, why was you talking all of that smack? You was the king of talking smack.
Oh my goodness.
Man, you had the best verbal game on the planet.
You know how they say
come from?
You know how they say
Man.
Michael Jordan and Larry Bird talk smack? I would have put you right there with them.
Man, thank you.
Hey, when you were taking the tour around the thing, I don't know if you saw me on my phone. Melvin Brown called me. I said, I'm talking to Jamal right now. He said, oh, I want you to tell Jamal, one time we got hurt at a tournament, and one of his tournaments or something, and we said, hold on, can I get a timeout? He said, Jamal told me martial artists don't get timeout.
Yeah, we had some real awards, man. I love it. I think it made it great. But you know, when I look back and I see the success of all of those young people today, Doug, you, Daryl, man, I'm just excited, man, about what you guys turn out to be as adults, you know, and Kevin, we danced together at the Cotillion with our kids.
Took the Cotillion over. We had our kids at the Cotillion, Daryl. And you know, we had this big interactive dance where we walked and turned and spun and went around chairs, and they had a choreographer. Jamal turned into the choreographer. He said, let me tell y'all how we gonna do this. If I can do katas, and they was looking like, who is this man taking over? And I was like, man, hey.
You just don't know.
Y'all just get ready, because
that was crazy, man. And I don't know where I get that from. Always trying to be the boss, but you know, I'm a little arrogant, but I'm really a good guy, man. I'm
You
a nice
did
guy.
an excellent job, though, Jamal. You got everybody.
Oh man, let me tell you, that was a highlight of my life for me. And we did that. I think we danced in January, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we danced.
We had to do
January.
a walks with our daughters. We had to do a promenade. You had your granddaughter.
Oh man, that was amazing.
I'll tell you this, Jamal. Outside of being there for my daughter to see her presented as a debutante, the other best thing about all of that was all the time I got a chance to spend with you and just talk. I mean, not just about karate. We talked about karate. We talked about business. We talked about life. Hey, you made it bearable to be there for all of those practices. I used to come back.
I made a lot of friends there. I met some real nice guys there. And I ain't never, I'm in the studio every day. I don't have that many friends, and I ain't that friendly, period. But
that's what you and Kenny got in common.
Yeah, that's what you and Kim Ferguson have in common. Y'all ain't neither one of y'all all that type friendly type of thing.
Kenny and I are the best of buddies, man. I can't believe it. And we had real wars. I tried to kill that brother, man. Literally.
Man, I remember y'all had two good battles.
Yeah, we had two good battles.
You got one, he got one, but y'all was banging, Jack.
Man, on the floor, we was everywhere. That boy, when I left with the trophy once, but I went straight to UH, man.
Man, y'all was battling, man. Those was so you talking about like Ali Frazier.
Them little drop kicks. And see, that's why we had to leave that karate business. Y'all like to kick the groin.
Hey.
Y'all was good for falling down and kicking the groin.
Oh, yeah.
Daryl, every tournament, when they would read the rules, and they would say, light contact to the groin.
Man,
I could stand up with Jamal and say what he was about to say every tournament. And he would say, what do you mean light contact to the groin? There ain't no light contact to the groin.
Man, that brother
broke the rules, keep it moving.
That brother broke my cup, man. I love Kenny, man. But he bust my cup, and I don't know how you break a cup. I went straight to UH. I tell you no lie, man. He had twisted an orchid. I don't know what he did with it. All I know.
But let me ask you this before we talk to your son and Doug, and you didn't clarify this, but how long have you always been that braggadocious, just and not that you weren't backing it up. I don't want anybody to get me wrong. And a lot of times it wasn't even braggadocious. You were just
always been she's trying to tell me you need to hire her, man. She's a director.
It's forceful, but it's boisterous.
The show.
And often entertaining to listen to you.
Listen, I've always been that arrogant, that braggadocious, because we knew we were going to win. We knew it. We ain't always win with the flashes, but we kind of.
Okay, come on, y'all, come on, right? You ain't always win. Y'all got some, but y'all didn't always win.
It was like a training ground, man. It was like one of the movies or something, When we go over there on the west side, we were talking about what we're doing here today, and I'm gonna let you talk to Doug and my son, but we're getting ready to do the same thing here. That monthly event, we're doing some social distance events. We got a breaking championship, Labor Day weekend, that Saturday, and then we have a big tire flip that Sunday. But we're doing some great things here, man, some social distance events so that karatekas and taekwondoists, martial artists of any style can still come together and enjoy their company. We fighters in the ring, but we got to be friends outside of the ring.
Yep.
That's right.
It's about us coming together, man. And I don't have to say what we mean to this BLM movement.
Right.
The kind of men that we are today and how we represent ourselves, how we carry ourselves, that's important that our young black men see that, and the women.
And I got something special for Doug. I got an offer for Doug. I got an offer.
You got it, man. I'm out. Where's my son? Is he here?
Your son is here.
He's in.
All right.
All right. And we go get to your son. And I'm glad to have you on here, brother. I knew you when you were a baby. I remember when you were born, man.
Oh, man, here you go.
But Doug, seriously.
Yes, sir.
Now, you know, me and you had some battles, bruh.
Woo!
We had some battles.
He was
But
my man.
Did
He
you
was my
did you
man.
see? Did you see? Remember on Rocky and when Rocky and Apollo, and then when he came back, he got Rocky to train him.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Doug. Here's what I got for you. I want to come up and I want you to train me. How about that? Get me back together.
Man, you got it. You got it.
If I come up there, you go hook me up. You go work with me.
Man, we gonna take our time. We ain't no young chickens no more.
That's right.
Because I tell you, after a workout, we gonna really be sore, man.
But again, for the people that's watching, man, me and this brother right here, and I was so proud to see, the things that he went on to do as a national, international competitor. But when I say me and Doug used to have some fights, man, we got it in.
Wars. They wasn't fights, they was wars.
Yeah. Yeah, they were good. It took me a long time, like, man, they go, Doug, like, oh man, I got to get my game face back on. I can't be smiling with this brother because I know what he coming with. And Daryl and I used to talk about and I don't know how it was for you all, but if we lost, first of all, if we lost a tournament, we lost a fight, the worst part about losing a fight was having to hear about it from each other.
That's right.
Man,
Yep.
These cats, Daryl, Gino, Melvin, man, you didn't want to lose and have to. It was a long ride back home.
Long ride. You better hope it was a short ride to the tournament.
Yeah.
But wait, but if we lost to somebody from your school, oh man, we heard about it every day at the dojo. We got instant replays. This is what he did to you.
Yeah.
So, So whenever I saw Doug, I was like, I like Doug. That's my boy. But I got to get my game face. I can't be all smiling and friendly with him, smacking hands, because I know how he coming with it. So, no, we gonna reverse it, Doug. I'm gonna come out there. I need you to get my stretch back together and all of that. So I see I heard about what you're doing with the kids, and I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. You my brother, and we go back to wars on the mat, in the ring. So
yes, we do.
Hey, I love you, man, and I love what you're doing with the kids, bro. Talk to me about you just growing up in martial arts and what it did. I know what it did for me and Daryl's life. What did it do for your life?
Oh man, it changed. It made me the person I am today. Now I can remember when I was a young kid, I used to watch the little karate movies all the time. You know what I mean? Used to go to what was it? The Scrumpy Dump?
The Scrumpy Dump.
No doubt.
Three kung fu movies for one price.
All day. Me, it was a little crew of us in the neighborhood. I like you guys know Jesse Grady.
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
Your cousin.
Yeah. Grady's my cousin.
Me, Jesse, Tim, it was Joe Gallagher. We were together. We wake up early in the morning, go to the movies and sit there all day and watch karate movies. And we would come out the movies and we would teach ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And then there was a man that came to Cleveland from Akron that y'all was talking about earlier, Sabinem, and we seen him. We all gravitated and went to the studio and got it all together.
114th and Harvey.
Right there on it was a little box, no bigger than this room we sitting in.
That's right.
Yes, and we had a good time, man. We trained hard, real hard, very hard.
Hey, and real quick about the Scrumpy Dump. Not only could you go to the Scrumpy Dump and see like 7 kung fu movies, but if you wanted to, when the movie was over, it'd be somebody out there waiting for you to,
That's
have
right.
a,
That's
to have
right.
a fight. Like you could get some work.
Oh
at the
yeah.
Scrumpy Dump after the movie.
Yes.
It looked like a kung fu movie outside the Scrumpy Dump.
They had their kung fu shoes on. That's it.
If somebody broke out with a stance, then they wanted some. If you wanted some,
right.
Yeah,
them was the days, man. I enjoyed it. Yes.
It was the days. All right, Master Salim.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, brother, Man, I could only imagine. Matter of fact, I can't even imagine. You grow up with two parents that are not only martial artists, but some of the best. First of all, is Debbie there? Can she hear me?
Yeah, she can hear you.
Debbie, do you remember the nickname I used to give you?
Come over here, girl. Look, I'll get it.
He gonna go get it. Hold on.
Debbie, because let me tell you, your mom used to be beating women down. She was beating women down. Man, you didn't have no choice but to be a bad brother, man.
Oh my goodness.
Damn. Do you remember what I used to call you?
No.
The head hunter. Because you was just kicking women all in the head, knocking them down, knocking them out. And I'm like, damn, why you just hitting the people in the head like that? I used to call it a head hunter. So, hey, for you to be the son of these two martial artists, man, that's martial arts royalty right there. Daryl, this brother's martial arts royalty right here.
A legacy coming on.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So, bruh, tell me, because everybody's kids don't want to learn martial arts. You know, especially when your parents, you know, have reached a level of proficiency, of master ranks, of notoriety, and that's what they do. A lot of kids be like, yeah, you know what? I don't want to do that.
And it's a lot of pressure to live up to that.
That's true. Talk to me about it. Talk to me about your love for the martial arts and what kept you with it, as opposed from trying to get away from it.
Well, I got two kids now, and I'm dealing with the same thing now with my oldest, as far as making him do classes and take classes. But for me, it was always a love-hate relationship with Taekwondo, because you got to sacrifice a lot of your childhood when your father's at the school all the time. So I remember growing up outside playing, like it's time to go to the class, the game is over. So sometimes I remember riding bicycles, getting lost just so I could skip class. But it changed when I started fighting. We started sparring, and I took a break. And there was these two brothers that I used to beat them up all the time. Anytime we sparred, I beat them up. But I took a break, and then they became black belts. And I didn't like the fact that they were outranking me, but they weren't better than me. So I had to come in, I had to bow to them. They had to line up before me. And so from that point on, I didn't take any more breaks. And then when I was about 12, maybe 12, 13, 11 or 12, Doug had opened up a school on Buckeye. And so we had our school on Lee Road, and Doug had his school on Buckeye. And we used to go over there. And anytime we went over there, it was just a line up and fight. Right. So Doug had his warriors, and we came in there, and every time we came together, we fought. And then we joined up and opened up Keno. So Doug, and then the families came together.
Family was back together.
Right.
And so then I got into the sport aspect of it. But there still was a pressure of performing, right? You guys talked to my father. He knows, so you know how hard he can be.
Yeah.
Right? So I remember running miles barefoot, right? Just run around the block barefoot. I remember one time after class, it was me and Sylvester. And then Sylvester was one of Doug's original students. And he's like my best friend now. And we fought all the time. I remember one time after class, my father said, all right, you guys spar. He said, take your shirts off. And then he said, you guys spar. I'll be back. He might have came back 45 minutes later. and we out there on tile floor, no mats, tile floor, no pads, no shirts, fighting hard, because you never know when he's gonna come around that corner and look at you. And so we can't be taking no breaks. Bruises, ankles swole up, foot swole up. But from those wars, you just develop a passion for it. And then going to events and winning some and losing some, it's just that competitive fire in you where anytime I lose now, I still want to get that back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's a list. Like I remember every loss I had, and I remember who beat me, where they were at, and I'm still fighting now. So like I'm still anybody that want to challenge. Like
They want that smoke. You got it for 'em.
all challenges anytime. But
That's right, boy.
I
That's
never
right,
wanted to teach
Jermaine.
Taekwondo. But I came down to school in North Carolina to train with Barry Partridge, Grandmaster Barry Partridge in North Carolina, another African-American male. But at that time, he was one of the top coaches in the United States. And he said if I came down to North Carolina, he would have somebody drive me to practice twice a week. And that's a 2-hour drive to a school. So somebody used to come pick me up, drive me 2 hours. We trained for 2 hours, and then they would drive me back to my dorm room, and I had to get up and go to class the next day. And making that commitment, and just from then I wasn't a student, I was just a fighter, right? And so just growing up, all I did was train and go to tournaments. So college, I traveled going to tournaments, and then I graduated. And one Saturday, we had just finished training. I was just sitting there chilling, and Master Partridge got a phone call. It was somebody in Raleigh that was leaving and had a program at a community center, and they wanted to know if he knew anybody that could take over. So it just so happened at that point in time, I was in Winston-Salem in his office when he got that phone call, and he said, I might have somebody right here. He said, Dream, you want to, because that's, a lot of folks call me Salim the Dream. And so he said, Dream, you want to take over this program? I was like, what's the specifics? Where is it at? He said it was 2 classes, 2 days a week in a community center. I needed the extra money. And so I took it. And from that point on, that was probably 2003 that happened. And from there, I've been teaching ever since. But I want to say, I never wanted to teach Taekwondo. But like you said, Taekwondo legacy, I guess it was just in my blood. And you know, sometimes when your path is laid out for you, you can try to divert and you can try to do other things, but your ship is going to get righted and you're going to get on that right path. And so right now, and so I was teaching, I moved out of the community center, opened up my own school. And then that allowed my father to get that bug back in his system.
Okay.
And now look at us.
So that's how it happened.
And that's just fate. Like that's not something that you got to say that's predetermined, because it ain't just everything out of control. Just how things lined up, right place, right time, opportunity meets, and it's just a glorious thing just to see everybody coming back. Because
That's
like
right,
you say,
man.
like it's a brotherhood. Like these are lifelong friendships.
right.
Like I haven't seen Doug, and like this is my first time really seeing Doug live. I've been watching the videos. I just get excited seeing everybody back because it just takes me back to the wars and growing up. I remember Doug was fighting. It probably was 94, 95. Everybody was going to senior nationals. Training. I'm just hitting Doug in the stomach. It's just a brick wall. I'm like, man, what in the world? Like he just eating everything. Damn, like, But that just lets you know that what the expectation was and who you're dealing with and who you needed to become in order to be the best. And so I'm just blessed to be around and grow up around so many warriors and champions where I can't do nothing but have high expectations for all of my kids and all of my students and my own kids. And they come in and I'm excited to see what the future beholds. I just got to, stay the course because everything else is written and predetermined.
Hey, Daryl. Okay, but what's crazy is he has his father's voice. Was you thinking the same thing?
I'm sitting there saying, that's his son.
That's his son. He has his voice. He has his voice.
Look
Now,
here,
you in North Carolina now?
I'm in North
This
Carolina.
gentleman right here. Can you see him?
Yep.
Yes.
All right, let me tell you. Turn this a little bit, Coach.
Oh, we can see him.
All right, yeah. Let me tell you, this is Coach Huey right here. Now, this gentleman right here, he's everything to me, man. This is my library. All my knowledge, my Kyokushinkai forms, my Shotokan karate, my Goju-Ryu forms, my weapons katas, everything I know, I put it right here. And he got to pull it up. It's a little bit hard. He got the problem. Pulling it up sometime, but he got to get it, man. This is our library. We depend on Coach Huey so much. But Master Crowder and I, he take care of the farm. We the warrior.
I got you. I got you.
Oh, we know what you're saying.
He pull a hamstring every class every time he got to get out. But
I know you don't let him get away with that.
He'll be laying on the floor.
Hey, I remember one time I hurt my leg in a tournament.
We want to introduce Coach Huey and let everybody know that, you know, everybody's a part of this program here, man. We're all working as one unit to just change the lives and the impression of our people the best we can.
Hey, Coach Huey. Hey,
Yes,
the neighborhood's depending on you, bro. The neighborhood needs you, man.
Hey, I put this out there. Is Jamal still there?
Here you go. Here you go.
Hey,
I'm here.
anytime you want me to come up there and do something, I'll do it.
We waiting on you, man.
Wait.
Just let me know.
See, Daryl just heard me say that I was gonna come up there and do something. And now
No,
he's
but
gonna
I've been
come
up there. I ain't talking about taking no
let me tell you.
lessons.
Well, I wasn't talking about taking lessons. I'm talking about training.
Oh, if you need me to help train on some aspect, you got me. Just let me know.
In 11 days, I'll be 70 years old. You know, I'm still able to move around a little bit, man, but we need as many warriors up here to help these young kids that we can put together. And
That's right.
I mean, there's a program that you can offer. You don't have to do my program. You can run your program. Master Crowder has his program. You know, you develop your own program in here. The building is here, the facility is here, and it's here for all of us, man. Everybody don't want Taekwondo. Somebody wants what you offering, what you selling. Somebody wants that.
You may not know this, Jamal, but when I first started in the martial arts, I started in Taekwondo.
Wow. Okay.
And I went to Ishinru once, actually at Corey Recreation Center. They had judo, they had kung fu, they had Taekwondo. And
That's
when
why you was kicking so good, wasn't it?
yeah, most people thought I was a Korean style fighter,
Yes.
but
Yes.
it came from that.
And everybody started with Taekwondo. I did. Man, let me tell you, I took so many styles. I started with Taekwondo. I took Kung Fu with one of Master Art's Grandmaster Art Site students, Sifu Bill Boye.
Man.
You remember Sifu? You know Sifu Bill Boye?
Yes.
You know I do.
That's old school right there. I took lessons with Boye. I took lessons. I took Goju Ryu. What's the brother's name? It was down on Lee Road. He had to school there forever.
Yeah, right by where it used to be Binky's ice cream, across the street from there. Yeah.
Goju Ryu, and everybody know that I was down at with Al Jean at Karate Institute.
That's right. Let me tell you, back then we had Dickie Spencer out of Warren, Ohio. Master Sykes was up here at Shaker Shanty on Lee Road teaching. Him and Miles Napkin, my instructor, and Dickie, they tried to put together something for Black people at that time, but it didn't happen. But we can do it today. We can make it happen today. You know, we don't need no authentication from anybody. You know, we are authentic.
Just come up and work.
That endorsement from anybody. We don't have to run to no Korean or nobody to say, am I this or am I that? You know, we are what we dedicate our lives to being. And we can present that to the young people today.
Okay, I need to ask Doug, though. One, what was it like being a student under Jamal and then to turn around and to work with his son after that? Because I know how it was working with Ferguson. I know how it was with Ferguson as an instructor. How was it with Jamal as an instructor?
All I can say, man, it was really tough.
Get a little bit into the shot.
Turn the camera.
Oh, okay.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Working with Sabanim, it was a beautiful thing. It was rough. Every day you come to class, man, the discipline he installed in us, and the confidence he put in us was just so great. And that's what I want to give back. You know what I'm saying? To the young men and women out here today, you know, to build them up, to see a kid face when they testing and break a board and the expression on their face, you know, it just brings chills to my body. You know what I'm trying to say? That's why I'm back here. That's why this group is back together, man. I just want to give back. It was a beautiful thing. You guys know that's how it was for us, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me ask you this, Doug. Let me ask you this. Now, you fought on every aspect and every pinnacle in the martial arts. How did you, or what did you do to get yourself prepared before you entered that? Did that come from, did you get that from Jamal? Because my guys, they used to talk about me. They before I fought, they used to talk about me.
Hey, well, before Daryl fight, he wouldn't talk to anybody. He wouldn't talk to the other people in the tournament. He wouldn't talk to the opponents. He wouldn't even talk to us. He just was getting his game face on. Be like, Daryl, you ready? You ready for your fight?
Yeah.
He would even answer us. He wouldn't talk to us. So
yeah, you know what? I was kind of that way. I mean, I would talk, but right before the match, you know, Sab and them would come over, you know, be like, you ready? I'd be like, yeah. Then he'd send me over in the corner and I'll warm up, or he'd get another fighter. He'll come over there with me and we'll warm up, throw some kicks and punches, you know, then he'll grab me. You ready? You know what I'm saying? Then we go out there in that ring. He'll walk with me. We go out there in that ring. And I knew if I lose, I had to come back and deal with him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now a follow-up question. This is for Doug and Salim. When you fought and you got your game face on, and like you said, you're preparing to fight, is that something that you developed from working with the Grandmaster? And is that something that you're now instilling into your students?
Yeah, we are, of course. You know, of course, exactly. You said it, you hit it right on the head. That's what I'm trying to, because what I got from him. And what Salim got, he got from him and from us. You know what I'm saying? It's just moving on down. We passing it on. We got to pass it on. You know what I'm saying?
So
Exactly.
Salim, how do your students react to that? You know, because, you know, they mostly video games today, and see, we didn't have that back then. We were in the dojo.
It's definitely a new age.
Yeah.
Kids today are a little softer. and
Big time.
when I was growing up, it didn't make sense for you to be scared. You could be scared, but like he didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes he put you in situations where you were disadvantaged. No, heavyweights, one weight division. It didn't matter if you were little, you was big. You had to get out there. And you had to show up. and so now I try to instill that same thing, that same cockiness, train hard, kick butt, and don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I got a kid now. We went down to AAU Nationals last year, took first place. So he's reigning AAU national champion. He's about 10 years old.
That's good.
And all I tell him is, hey,
that's good.
Nobody can stand in front of you. Kick them. And all I do is watch them kick kids. The kids start crying. And then I say, get them, beat them up. Get them out of here early. And the coaches look at me. They tell me to calm down. I'm like, no, listen here. Like, we don't have time to play any games. Because when it's on, it's on. And so I guess that's the main thing that I get from him, is that he was never satisfied. Like, I could win right now. He'd say, oh, you going too easy on him. You didn't kick him in the head. He'll come by. We'll be training right now. He'll say, you're not kicking them in the head enough. I'm like, I don't want to beat. I need them. If I kick them in the head, they're going to run away. But that's the mentality. Get them out of here. Kick them in the head all the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And just do what you got to do. Get stronger, be stronger. And that's just the way we got to live. That's just a walk of life now.
Right. And Daryl, I have to say, where Daryl wouldn't talk to anybody, I was the exact opposite.
He was.
I come in the door talking to people. I'm talking to people right before the match. I'm talking during my matches. I'm talking to the referees. Yeah. I'm talking to people watching me fight. I'm talking after the matches. I'm talking during the matches. So, you know, that was.
I'm not talking to anybody to the private party.
What'd you say, Doug?
That's where that rap came from.
I think so, bro. I think so.
Oh, and he would talk to people around the ring about us. You know, and oh man, he would instigate some stuff. Oh, it was crazy.
Oh, he was sending y'all into some fire, huh?
Oh man, I remember him. I remember we in Glen Rock, New Jersey at the U.S. team trials. He's talking to these people from New York about Melvin. This dude named Farmer. His last name was Farmer.
Marvelous Marvin Farmer.
And Kevin was like this. Is that your name or your occupation?
He was talking a little crazy. I had to put a couple dollars on the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it wasn't even my fight. It was Melvin's fight.
It was Melvin's fight.
I had to put a couple dollars. Marvin was talking a little too slick. I had to put a couple dollars. Melvin beat him down. Marvin left out without giving me my money. I'm still looking for Marvin Farmer to this day, 30 something years later. I want my money, Marvin Farmer. But and to talk to you all, Salim, hey, bro, and I talked to Daryl and especially my cousin Keith and Melvin and Gino. There are times in life where we face situations and my martial arts instincts kick in.
Oh, no doubt.
And, on competition, on strategy, it's that martial arts, that martial artist in me that'll make me think, okay, this is what I need to do next. This is the attitude that I have to, when I'm approaching this person, and not I'm saying approaching them, we're about to fight, but approaching somebody in any type of situation, whether I'm giving some information or I'm receiving information, or I have to have a problem solving, or it's a tension. I think about, always go back to those martial arts days and martial arts instincts. And it never fails to help me through many, many situations. How has martial arts affected you as a person in your daily life?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to Salim. I'm talking to the young, the fresh prince of Taekwondo. I'm talking to the dream.
Got a haircut.
Well, it's just the art of war. You know what I'm saying? So it's all strategy and relationships. And the one thing when you're in the ring, and that's the one thing about Taekwondo and most boxing, most combat sports, it's always just you and the other person one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I'm always going to look you in the eyes. I'm going to be able to read your behavior and always know what I can do and what I'm going to let you do. And I always know that anytime I can always cut your water off. You know what I'm saying? So if I don't want you to score no points, I got the defense. If I want to end the conversation, I know I'm already thinking how I'm going to exit this situation, how I'm going to get you out of here. And if I need to be aggressive or apply pressure, I know when to apply pressure in order to put you in the corner, in order to get off what I need to get off or say what I need to say. And so it makes me a little bit aggressive at times, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations, as far as referring everything to combat. But it also allows me to be peaceful because, you're always ready for war. So I don't have to worry about, I don't walk around with a chip on my shoulder. I don't have to really prove anything because I'm calm, I'm patient, but I'm always prepared, right? Because that's the feeling you get before you go in the ring. You got to be relaxed. You got to be focused. You got to be prepared. And because if you're too excited, your blood pressure, that adrenaline gonna kick in. You're gonna be tired. Winning after the first round, there's a long match. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to pace yourself and just be confident. And when you're confident, you go into that job interview, you're going to get the job before you even sit down for the interview. You know what I'm saying? When you're confident, you're going to do well on that test because you already visualize you taking a test and doing those things. So those little things in life that you have to learn in martial arts on the mat, that meditation, the visualizing your success, the being able to calm, being able to control your emotions, you just transfer that over to life. Because when you see things, a lot of folks are emotional. And so if I get somebody emotional, they out of control. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? They're not thinking straight, and I can read their behavior. And so I think really my awareness is at a higher level. I know when danger's about to happen. I can see it. I'm watching people. I'm observant. My father likes to talk. So, when he's talking, you got to listen. I don't have no trouble sitting there listening, paying attention, being focused for a long amount of times, and also knowing that you have to do things that you don't want to do, right? In order to get where you need to be. And that's the one thing I see a lot of kids that don't understand is that they think they get to do everything they want to do. If they don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. Like you have to do things you don't really want to do because that's life. And then that's the key to success. Being calm, being aware, and doing things that need to be done, even if you don't feel like doing them.
There you go. I appreciate that information you just kicked out there. And it was something that Doug said, and I think Salim might have said it too, about remembering everybody. If you did the few times that we did lose, we remembered who those people were. And
Yes, sir. Yeah.
One of the first things that I learned from Ferguson, he said, when you lose a match, don't get mad, go over and shake the man's hand. He said, you know why you shake his hand? And I said, to show respect for the person. He said, no. So you can get real close up to him and look in his face and remember who he is for the next time you see him.
That's
I
good.
was like, oh, okay.
Good.
All right. I got
That's
that.
good.
You had to do that a lot, didn't you?
Very Jamal, don't play. Jamal, you probably can't. I don't even think you ever saw me lose a match, Jamal. So don't even start.
Well, I ain't going. I promised you earlier that I wouldn't do that to you.
Hey, and I told you I wasn't gonna have no problem responding.
But you know what? Another attitude that we took on. I mean, I had to fight in practice. Kevin, Gino, Melvin, Keith. You know, Kenny Ferguson. I mean, I was probably the first one there at Kenny's, and I had nobody to fight but him.
That's
And
right.
so once the other students started coming on,
once we showed up,
we started fighting. And then after I fought him, I said, what did he do to me? You know? And so I took on the attitude, if I'm in a tournament, I was like, my attitude was like, he may win the match, but he didn't win the fight.
That's right.
You know, because a bulldog can beat a skunk any day, but it ain't worth the fight.
That's right.
You know, so if you've been in a fight with us, I mean, you've been in a fight, you've been in a war.
Right.
And Salim, I'll tell you this, North Carolina is my spot, my old stomping grounds. I was in the Marine Corps, just east down in New Bern. I used to hang out at Raleigh and Greensboro and North Carolina Central University. And when I retire, I'm thinking about going back to North Carolina.
You know, I just dropped my granddaughter off at North Carolina Central just earlier this week.
Is that right?
Yeah, my granddaughter, Ari. We just got her set up. We just got back Thursday morning, actually, from getting her set up for her first year at North Carolina Central. Eagles, you know, so we're excited. But hey, Chill, Duro, you know, this whole thing, man, it's great. We appreciate it. We talked a lot about fighting, but, you know, the real thing is the discipline and the focus that the kids get from the Taekwondo and martial arts training. You know, that's the real issue. Master Crowder has a young girl in his class, the Fat. I think Fat, I don't know if she's 2 yet.
She ain't even 2 yet.
Her top, she's so little, her uniform top be on the ground. Look like she got on the prom dress. But man, she running up and down this floor kicking and Coach Huey got her out there trying to learn forms.
Yeah.
But the fact that these kids come in here and sit down, man, and shut up for 2 minutes is just amazing. Amazing. That discipline is everything. So we want you guys to support this place. Come on up to Progressive Taekwondo and Family Fitness Center and see what you can do to reach a couple kids in the community, man. That's what it's about.
Hey, Jamal, we appreciate all the time that you put into the community, the time that you put in with the youth, the time even that you put in with us, even just talking to us, getting us ready. Like, man, I saw Jamal. He was talking so much stuff. Man, I gotta go back. I gotta be ready for when I come to this tournament.
And to hear him say, "Yeah, you know, Doug gonna be there."
Y'all something else.
We was hoping Melvin Brown would show up
what
today.
Hey, y'all don't want that.
That's my. Now you talk about somebody that talks smack.
That's my point.
Talk smack.
We had a couple gems to drop on him today.
Yeah,
we can't take Melvin nowhere, man. There's a lot of places with Melvin.
That man, he talked so much smack, he had me mad and pissed off. You know what I'm saying?
We understand.
Oh yeah.
Kevin, is my son still on? Is Salim still on?
He's still
I'm here.
Well, you know, he's running this operation for us. He's doing some tremendous things in Taekwondo in Raleigh, and he's showing us, you know, how to keep this place going up here in Cleveland. Man, we're just excited, man. You know, we're just running over, man, with the excitement about what's going to happen in the future.
Jamal, tell the people how to get in contact with you.
Okay, here. You can call me anytime at 216-409-6740. You know, you can find us on Facebook. My name is Jamal Oden, Doug's name, Doug Crowder, Coach Huey, Stuart Huey, or just go for Progressive Taekwondo and Family Fitness Center.
Progressive Taekwondo Family Fitness Center. Got it.
Progressive Taekwondo and Family Fitness Center. That's who we are, with the emphasis on family.
Okay, and before we shut it down, again, one of the most important things about what you continue to do and what you were doing back in the day and what we went through is that we were doing it for our community. You didn't see, like Daryl said, and Jamal, like we were saying, you didn't see Black kids that were at the level that we were at. And even if the kids didn't get to the level that we were at, if they came through either one of our programs, they still have stuff. I know I hear it all the time when somebody, you know, knows me from, or I find out that I was, you know, in martial arts, and they say, oh, Jamal was doing Jamal's school, and they have so many things to talk about that they learned and respect for you. And you know, we talk stuff back and forth. Y'all school couldn't get our school, and y'all school couldn't get our school, but the respect that the students have for those individual programs are something that I'm telling you, it stays with those kids into adulthood. I'm certain
everybody's doing well. You know, I got a little worried today, man. I didn't know what was going on. I had this little ChillVision thing happening, and then Tony Lewis called me today.
Really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
sent me a message. I'm like, damn, the brother getting ready to clock out or something.
Yeah.
Hey man, you tell Tony. You talk to Tony Lewis. Tell him I said what's up.
Yeah, tell him.
And that's a success story right there, man. That's an amazing brother. His net worth is in triple figures or something. I don't know. I wouldn't want to tell it, but
and then tell him to give us some money too while you're talking all there.
Yeah.
Okay, no. Tell Tony I said what's up, but I'm definitely proud of him, man. Because you know I saw him coming up.
Hey, Salim, and I want to say, and I do traveling in the business with our company in North Carolina spot. So if I'm ever down there or you got something going on, let me know, man. I'll come through.
Let me know.
Salim,
I'm in Raleigh. We always got something going on. So just just we'll connect, and I'll be up in Cleveland soon. So
what's that address in North Carolina, Salim?
My address, my school is in Apex, so it's 702 Lower Duncan Road, Apex, North Carolina, 27502.
Right, we're reaching out, Chill, Daryl.
But it's Progressive Taekwondo, Progressive Taekwondo Academy.
Progressive Taekwondo Academy.com. ProgressiveTKD.com. You can catch us on the website or stop in any day, man. We're here all the time.
All right. Hey, we appreciate you guys, but trust and believe, you didn't want me to have Melvin on here.
No, y'all didn't want that.
All right.
That's a whole show. That's another show. But
before you go, did you say you were coming up here? Did I hear that?
I said I'm coming up, and I'm gonna have Doug help me get my stuff back together.
You got it, brother.
You bringing a dough box, a gi with you or something, or you coming? You just coming?
No, I don't know if I need to find my gi. But no, I'm coming to work out, Jamal.
You gonna come in here looking like Lil Abner or something?
I'm coming to work out.
Oh, but Jamal, what talk before we go.
For you, man.
Before we go,
for you, I know you can't fit the one.
Oh, see, we got
he's hollering. See, he hollering now.
See, now there we go with that.
But Jamal, before we go, tell us about the breaking thing you got going on.
Okay, it's that's
competition,
Labor Day weekend. That's that Labor Day Saturday. You know, because of this COVID-19 situation, you can't do any fighting or any close contact. So we just come up with we're just doing some social distance events. where you could come in, you know, with your best student that can break, or your young white belt students that can break. We got some kids that will be breaking. It's $10. It's just a nice event, man, for the kids to be motivated, interact with each other, and show us what their power is like, what their focus and power is. If you can hit that board, trust me, your confidence is going to continue to grow. And they say boards don't strike back. Shit, man.
Hey, if
Hold
that
on.
board don't break, it'll strike back.
Hey,
There you go.
but Jamal, you talking about boards. I'm talking about coming up with some bricks.
Oh yeah, that's what they. Yeah,
I'm talking about breaking some bricks.
bring them. Bring
Come
them.
on and break a brick then.
Yeah.
And the same thing with them bricks. They don't break.
They
you got a
don't break.
problem.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's going to be a super event. It's only $10, but come on in, man. Then the second day on Sunday, you know, we got that big tire out there in the back on our patio that weighs 500 pounds. We're going to have a tire flip. Our grand champion lady flipped the tire 45 times at the first event. She's ready to defend her title. And our grand champion male flipper flipped our big beast 16 times. So they got the last position there, the final flip, but that's going to be a great social distance event, man. It's a brand new type of competition. We got a race course for flipping tires behind the building. It's just amazing. If it wasn't dark, we'd go out there and show it to you, but you can see it on Facebook. It's there. But just come on out, man. We're going to have a great time, socially distant, safe and clean.
I might have to come up there and do my brick thing.
Yeah, do that,
I
man.
thought you was gonna flip some tires. I'm like, I got.
Oh, my door. Oh, them tire flipping days are over.
I can't even move it 1 inch. So leave the tire alone.
Yeah.
Don't mess with
Come
the
on,
tire.
break the brick. Don't mess with that tire.
Nah.
Tire for these young boys, man.
That's
Our grand
it.
champion is ready though. Just like all time. Just like anything else, we got something for you if you come up.
Hey, I appreciate it. We gonna shut it down. Hold on a second. I'm turning my volume down. Salim, the dream. Good to see you and talk to you, bro. Doug, hey man, it's always good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Hey, can I say this?
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing you, and I like to say this: martial arts is a way of life.
Way of life.
Yeah, it is.
It's a way of life.
There you
You
go.
know what I'm saying, fellas? Think about it.
Grandmaster Sabadim,
Yes, sir.
Jamal
Yes, sir.
Oden. Always good talking to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Remember, if I'm not here, Coach Huey is here, or Master Crowder's here. We're always looking to help out anybody, any family. Just continue to share this, share what's going on with our school, and be a part of this movement, man. Let's make it
All
happen.
right. Good talking to you guys. Daryl, I'll talk to you later. And I'll call Melvin because Melvin like, man, y'all wouldn't let me be on there.
Yeah, man.
And Jill, we got a suit for you, man. Don't come up here with them little funny pants.
I'll be all right, Jamal. I'll be fine, sir.
I'm serious.
And that brown belt, if you ain't got a size 7 belt, don't even try to tie it.
It's just wrap it one time around.
Is that how y'all doing me now?
Yeah.
One wrap.
Chill, I'm on your side, man. I'm on
Thank
your
you,
side.
Doug.
man.
Thank
I'm
you,
on
Doug.
your
See,
side, brother.
that's my fellow competitor there.
He got this.
That's
Doug
right.
ain't gonna let me
All
go
right,
out
thanks,
like
man.
this.
Thanks, man. We love you. We love you. Thank
We
you.
out, buddy.
All right, we love you too, guys.
All right, guys.
I
Appreciate it.
Yep. Oh, my God.
That's great. You heard it so big.